Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hi there, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, if you like the news and if you like to keep up with current events, if you need to know what's going on, you've come to the right place. It's the Red State Update podcast with my friend, Jackie Brawls. He's sort of the sidekick. You remember Kermit the Frog?
What?
Remember Kermit the Frog?
The puppet, yeah.
Yes. Do you remember him?
What?
Remember
What's that
all
got
his
to do
little
with
buddies? He's the main one. He's who you listen to and care about.
Yeah.
And he's got a bunch of little friends, a little weirdo.
him and Pig Lady? It's
yes.
a Pig Man, Pig Lady. They
All
were
of
the
them.
main one. The rest of them just for, raccoon, dog, everything else. I remember them, yeah.
Yeah, they had every animal you could name, Jackie.
Yeah. They made up monsters, too. Stuff you didn't.
Stuff you
But-
didn't even want to see.
An Ernie thing, a monster. I remember that, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Big Ernie.
Yeah.
Folks, then you've come to the right place. I am the Kermit the Frog, and Jackie is the secondary Pig Lady character.
Pig
Jackie
Lady.
Brawls.
I ain't no Pig Lady, and she wasn't no second. She was right there with. I said the Frog Man, Pig Lady. They were the two main ones.
It ain't
And
moonlighting.
every time Pig Lady run off, which she's prone to do for whatever reasons, I don't know. I ain't saying why.
Mhm.
All Frog Man do is sit there and cry about it. I remember watching him back there, and he just sit around and mope.
It is Moonlighting. You're describing Moonlighting. Moonlighting is a
that?
different show. It had Bruce Willis.
Puppet?
A lot of puppets look like Bruce Willis. Now that you think about it,
Huh?
in varying degrees of balding.
He's on some show now on Flicks, and like every episode, he's a different policeman.
Those are just different movies that you've seen.
Ain't no
Basic
movie
Cable.
Ain't no movie ever come out in the theater. I don't know what any of those are. It's not every episode's good. 2 or 3 of them are good. Now, he's a whole different police. One time in the FBI, one time at regular police, but
So you think that the last 10, 20 years of Bruce Willis's career is one long, cheap police anthology where he plays similar yet different characters?
well, it seemed like it's a show. Yeah. He just plays a different one. Sometimes he's always bald. Sometimes a mustache or something. Maybe.
Guy Smiley looks like Moonlighting era Bruce Willis, but he from Sesame Street.
That's puppets again, yeah.
Yeah, he's a person, not a monster, but it is hard to tell which is which.
A sidekick is, if you won't know, I don't know why you started talking about puppets,
Mhm.
but sidekick is old Ed McMahon. Now, some people may not know this was when it was TV, well, before TV, when they had TV, but he was on it, and he's Johnny Carson. Now, I know I ain't no sidekick, because all he did was sit there and laugh at whatever Johnny Carson said. And I know damn well I don't sit there and laugh at, I don't guess anything you say. Now, think about it.
Now, if Ed McMahon was a sour person, cruel,
He wasn't? I thought it was.
but you keep the same amount of alcohol inside of him, that's what Jackie is like. A mean, angry, withering person. Did I ever say what Moonlighting basically was on this show? Moonlighting was just constant workplace harassment by a Republican who sings R&B.
I think you said that before, because I the first time I heard it, I laughed. But yeah, I think Look, we've done a 400 something of these. Yes, we talked about moonlighting. I guarantee it.
Ed McMahon would have laughed again.
He'd laugh again, everything he said. Yeah.
You need to up your sidekick game.
I ain't no sidekicks point I was trying to make.
Well, you need to up your game, period, and then let the people figure out if you're the sidekick or not.
Well, whatever you want. You can think whatever you want. If it helps you in any way to listen to this to think I'm a sidekick, go do it all day. I don't care.
Jackie, I got something I want to run by you, and you may think I'm crazy. Sometimes I feel like people think I'm talking nonsense. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's drugs.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Watch your mouth. It's drugs is what it is. When you, yeah.
I get to going pretty good when I have a few substances in me. But I like to think I can hold court when I'm stone cold sober. I feel like, stick with me here, I feel like people don't say, I'll kill you as much as they used to. I feel like when I was a little kid, back in the day, I heard it all the time. Like on the playground, little kids say it to each other when they're playing, I'll kill you. You know, you're playing Dukes of Hazzard or something, running around, I'll kill you, boys. You know, or maybe you say it, they actually get mad. They fall down, oh, I'll kill you. I feel like people don't say it. On TV, they said it. Remember the A-Team, like the bad guys, I'll kill them all. I'll kill you.
Well, he was a bad guy. Yeah, but they never said, he said, Dukes had never said it on that. That they are, I'll get you. What
I'll get you. But if you're playing it on the playground, I'll kill you. Oh, don't do that. I'll kill you. On soap operas, cop shows, it was a big, dark, heavy thing to say. I'll kill you. If that son of a bitch tries it, I'll kill him. It meant something. I'll kill you. I'll kill you for that. I'll kill you, you SOB. I'm going to kill him. People said it all the time. Yeah. Varying degrees of meaning it, not meaning it. I don't hear it that much anymore. And I think the reason is it ain't that much of a threat. Oh, you gonna kill me? Get in line. We're on the playground playing. There's a good chance somebody gonna kill me before you get to it. Before you can get off them monkey bars. It's not funny, Jackie. It ain't funny. I'm just saying, you gonna kill me? Maybe somebody else gonna walk in this Walmart and gun me down. Oh, do you want to kill me? Did you not get vaccinated? Is that what you're threatening me with? Oh, I'll kill you. What, are you going to become a Republican senator and keep me from getting health care? Or a Democratic senator? Listen, folks, I'll kill you. Yeah, everybody's trying to. It's like saying hello nowadays. Hello, I'll kill you. Not if I kill you first. All right, have a great day. Freedom. Enjoy your lunch. Does that make sense, Jackie? Like,
I hear what you're saying. Like I say, it ain't funny. Ed McMahon or me, they're gonna laugh about that. But you're right. Yeah, it ain't why it's a waste of breath. Yeah,
I'll kill you for that. You don't.
They say hang. You say hang. You more specific nowadays. You say I hang you. I hang you.
I'll hang you.
That was
where's
what
Pelosi? Yeah. I'll hang you.
I'll hang you. Not I'll kill you. I'll hang you. Yeah.
You can't text I'll kill you.
No.
Also, that may be part of it. I think also death has become something that half the country feels is their patriotic duty to inflict on the other half. And, you know, their elderly parents. And also the fact that you can't just text that to somebody because it's stark. It's a little distressing if that just comes across your phone. Even if it's your boys playing with you, it's a little bit like, is he okay? I just lock a front door. That's it. I just thought I'll kill you hasn't been in that run by.
I don't miss it, but you're right. It used to be like, but I like I'll get you. But again, you say that to the wrong way. Somebody don't know what that, you know.
I think parents may say it the most. If I had to say there was a group of people who said, I'm going to kill these kids, it's parents. And, you know, people hopefully under some sort of surveillance. I mean, Jackie, what's happening in? Have you heard of this place, Washington D.C.?
I try not to these days. I really don't.
Crazy.
I mean, it was shoved down my throat for so long because the crazy man's in there. Now there ain't a crazy man. There's somebody, at least somewhat regular. And I know he's doing terrible things, whatnot, but at least it's not going to be, as stupid, I guess. I don't know.
Apparently, there's this woman there, Nancy Pelosi, and she tried to pull off this insurrection on January 6th. Have you heard about this?
Well, it was her fault, is what it was. Now, was she behind it? I know she let everybody down and let it happen, but I don't know all the specifics. That's the reason I'm glad we got this. What is it? Committee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we're gonna get to the bottom to see what she, if she did anything, I won't know about it.
It's a bipartisan commission. It's full of Democrats and Republicans who've been drummed out of the party.
They ain't gonna have an R. They ain't gonna be allowed to have an R by the name by when. Another week. Well, it depends on how this goes, I guess. Committee's going. But they already done enough trouble just by showing up. So yeah, they're gonna kick them right out. Yeah. How does that help you these days, having the R by you? I don't know how that.
Unless you've got a T in front of the R and an UMP behind the R, then you're not buying yourself anything, really. No. Just ask George P. Bush.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Hey, now he was trying after his father embarrassed him like he did. I mean, everybody's daddy embarrasses him at some time or another. I know you don't even want to get into that because we'd be here for another 4 or 5 hours, Dunlap. Your father, whether he meant well or not, Lord knows there have been many situations he put you in that was awkward and embarrassing.
It's true.
Yeah, his daddy, but his daddy did it on TV.
I mean, my daddy had been on TV doing a few embarrassing things too. And
some of that time I didn't know who he was. There's one time he was on TV, they didn't know who he was. He didn't have a name. It was there. We're looking for him. And then later on, I think, one time he stole the Channel 5 truck and he just showed up doing a remote drunk. People liked him better. I mean, no offense to none of them on there, but people write letters trying to get I'm out here in a bar just talking to people drinking. What are you drinking? I got the cameraman to go along with it, and then him and the cameraman got fired, and then him and the cameraman become running buddies for a little bit till they had a falling out. They brought him back. He's under contract Channel 5 for 6 months. I thought he was around there. They let him do something on there for a while, didn't they? Yeah. They got that. That was when we had that Channel 5 money coming in. That's pretty good. I was hoping that was going to stick because, here you can be in a bar or a church and you can have a camera with you on TV. At least they're paying you, but that didn't only so long that could last. Well, he did things you couldn't do these days, like show up at school pretending to be a licensed school photographer and take pictures of all the kids and just show up. But he didn't really have a good camera or a setup for it. Like, first, you can't just show up at a school nowadays, no matter what. But then asking to take pictures of the kids, that's way out of bounds. And then he just show up because he knew Lorraine, your mama. I remember that day, man. I wanted to crawl under the bleachers. Yeah. And then he'd show up, Lorraine, I took these pictures of that beautiful little boy of yours and try to sell them to her. Yeah. And I mean, what are you going to do? Somebody shows up drunk on your step with pictures of your kid. You got to, it's either call the cops or buy the pictures. And, it turned out to be about half and half. So, yeah, I get having an embarrassing daddy. Well, everybody knows when you're daddy. And like I said, you understand. There's nothing you can do to redeem yourself more than to kiss up to Trump. If your daddy embarrasses you terribly, there's one way you can stop it, and that's to get down on your knees, kiss his ring or rear, whatever, which way he's standing at the moment, whichever way, he wants you to come in. Well, they went and played golf together. Then they played golf a little bit together. He went over his, they were hanging out, and he said, your daddy sure was this and that. Yep, he sure was. Yes, sir. Which he was, I think. Remember how funny we thought that was every time? Oh, Jeb Bush. We thought that was so funny. Him running down Jeb Bush. So funny.
We have a 15, 16-year career, in quotes, with a lot to apologize for. One of them is every time we laughed at Trump.
Yep.
I think even at the time we were apologizing for it as it happened.
Well, we knew better. There were times after he was president where, sadly, he made us laugh a few times. And every time we did, we immediately said, please forgive us. This is awful. We'll try never to do it again.
It's we're partly to blame. Every little.
Well, either way, little George P. Bush did all the right things, and nobody thinks he's an idiot these days. His daddy, it didn't embarrass him. He just come out right. Nothing helped him more than that.
He did a good job of kissing up to Trump. I mean, he really did a good job of kissing up to Trump. I mean, the people you remember, aside from the ones rewriting the history of the insurrection, and the ones who talked to him on Insurrection Day, like Jim Jordan, but apparently talked to him all the time. And just as a side note here, I cannot imagine that Jim Jordan likes Trump. I mean, if he really was talking to him on the phone all the time, if Trump had your number and he's called him up all the time, yes, Lindsey Graham said having the president call you up is a power trip, even if the president is Trump. But still, Jim Jordan, there's got to be some part of him that's like, can we put him, when is he going to jail? Brooklyn Dad says he's going to jail. I don't know why
the money really come in for Jordan if they'd have put Trump in jail. Can you imagine the money? He wouldn't get no calls, and the money come flowing in for him trying to get him out. Wink, wink.
We got to get him out. We got to reelect him. I mean, they're all just doing this trying to.
He's going to turn on you eventually at any given moment, and you don't know what's going to make it happen. You don't know. Sure, you'd be scared to talk to him, how to tiptoe around, make sure don't talk about vaccine, on and on and on. Yeah. But, I mean, it could be anything. What the hell was it with Bush? I don't know. Kicked me just because, watch this. I bet the whole time he was saying, watch this, with little Bush coming in there. Watch this. Same thing with Chris Christie. Same thing. Punch a bag, joke.
How many people everyone has sold their dignity a little bit or a lot of bit.
They got none left. They sold out. What do you mean? A little bit.
How many
sold
have
out.
Insulted or let him insult their family, their wives, their looks, their personal health? Like how many? It's not a few. It's a lot. It's not like one or two. It's like he went after their daddy. Like and like their weight and their looks and their. I mean, it's a bunch of them. It's some of the biggest Republicans out there today, and they're still holding his water for him. I don't get it. Could somebody not stand up and just be like, no, it didn't work. I guess they tried. Well, they didn't have the right person. I'm going to say Ted Cruz trying to defend anything is not going to work, period.
No.
Now, I'd like to think George P. Bush couldn't come out, being named George Bush, in Texas and stand up to Trump.
No.
That's not going to work. Now, if Trump, insulted him, continued, the only Bush I like, in that but he sold merchandise with that on it. Am I right? Yeah. George P. Bush. But he was the Texas, Attorney General, Paxton?
Yeah.
I mean, he was so far Trump nuts doing just like the looniest stuff out there in Texas, I mean, it would have been hard. I don't know what strategy George P. Bush was playing at. I guess like once you endorse me as like a more normal version of a terrible Republican, and I'll still do all this stuff, but I'm young and handsome. But I guess Trump decided just to go with the guy who's just completely off his rocker. Just the worst of the worst. I mean, that guy is one of the worst of the worst, even for Texas. So it's hard to, but I'll say what the strategy was. What's the George P. Bush strategy? Like, he'll go for me because he enjoys belittling me in public in such a humiliating fashion. So I'll let him keep doing that to my family. He enjoys that, gets off on it. And he will endorse me because he doesn't get anything from doing that to the other guy. But it wasn't enough. No. It wasn't enough. I guess the final gratification for Trump was passing him over.
Now, that special election I had last night didn't go Trump's way, I don't think. People are trying to, tea leaves or whatever, hell, trying to figure out what it is. Who he wanted lost and didn't. I mean, it wasn't real close either, anything like that. So people, I guess, they're trying to figure out.
Do you think people are getting tired of Trump?
Oh, they've been tired of him. They've been tired of him a long time. Like you said, Jim Jordan, he don't want to be on the phone. Don't nobody. No. Mitch McConnell knew he was going to lose Atlanta. He lost the Senate. No, he ain't doing them nothing. And as much as they'll say it's the Democrats' fault that there's going to be, this committee going on making all of them look bad, however long they doing this, it really not so much the Democrats. Had there not been an insurrection, they probably wouldn't have any of these committees.
Is anybody this commission is terrible. Watching it is
it's god awful. It's not. I don't even want fun. It's not worth talking about because it's so damn pitiful. It makes me so damn mad.
Could they not have had it after the Olympics? I don't know if people are watching the Olympics. I don't know if anybody's watching the commission. It just feels like maybe people aren't paying that much attention to the commission. And I'm not blaming the Olympics. When's the last time you watched the Olympics, Jackie?
I say it like what I like watching is when somebody wins. I don't necessarily like watching them win. I like to see the family or the friends at home all jumping up and clapping. I like that part.
So you just watch like American Idol for the B-roll.
Well, it's on the news. I don't have to watch it all day to see that. Like someone show one, and then you see their family all jumping up and down in front of the TV. That's the only part I like.
I hate the Olympics. And yet I would rather watch that than this 162. What are the numbers? Okay, listen, we can't have any more dates as names for tragedies. I'm getting them mixed up. It's hard to keep track. 9/11's coming up 20 years. 1/6. Come on. Let's come up with some good names. Even like if you do a Watergate thing where you're like, oh, Insurrection Gate or something like that. Let's go back to that. I like that.
Something awful happens on every day.
You telling me?
Yeah.
So it's confusing. We're all getting older. It's just numbers. Look, Olympics and numbers, I hate them. So why don't we just go back to giving something like the day Trump supporters tried to ruin it's Trump, it's the supporters. It should be Trump up there talking about everything. They should have him up there.
They're going to try to get, I don't, it's going to be like that debate, the first one of Joe Biden, except 100 times worse, because instead of just Joe, he got every one of them sitting up there in front of him. And if it purges himself or whatever, what are they going to do about it? I mean, hell, it's going to be the same thing as when they're going to subpoena people who were there, whether it's Jim Jordan or what time did they call you or whatever, or whoever, Mark Meadows, all that. They're going to fight it in court. And it'll be like old McGann back in the, Russia Gate. Nobody give a damn by the time they have to say anything.
I just think there's something wrong in this country when you have like McDonald's meals for the Olympics. They still have them. Keep seeing this meme of like Winston cigarettes supporting the 1980. Like, I don't know if that's real or not, but like, who cares? Like, we should have McDonald's meals for the 1-6 commissions. Like, you should be able to, people should be celebrating. Oh, we're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to put them traitors in jail. We're going to purge our country of all this these insurrectionists. I'll have 1-6 commission meal. Let me get a couple apple pies. They make it a Sprite, large size it.
Happy Meal got a little Liz Cheney toy in it.
What do you make you out of the Liz Cheneys? You got the Kinzinger? Give
me a McKinsey, whatever. Not yeah.
I got Kinslinger?
Kinslinger. I'll take that one. I've already got 8 of them. I just want my Liz Cheney toy. I'll keep eating.
Every day and back again. You got any of them Liz Cheney toys in yet? My grandbaby wants one of them Liz Cheney toys. Kinsling. I think I stole that from somebody. But somebody will have to tell me who it was. Kinsling. I typed in Kinslinger and it came up. Kinzinger,
that's it.
Kinzinger.
McKenzie, sir.
I keep trying to get. She won't play with these Nancy Pelosi. She had scare her. So you got Kinslinger, Liz Cheney, heroic cops. Can I get one of the heroic cop meals? They're all heroic cop meals here at Thin Blue Line Punisher Decal McDonald's. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, Jackie. Should we just wrap this up? I feel a little. Are we still hitting these bullseyes?
I don't even know what one we're supposed to hit or not anymore.
I mean, we can talk about COVID, but is this going to be the same thing again? I mean,
ain't going to get the shot, then so be it. I don't know. $100. That's going to help. I'm going to tell you right now, getting everybody $100. I'm going to
get another one.
I don't need no booster yet.
I need $100.
People going to go down there for $100. And they say right now, the Ozark people, because it's starting to tick up a little bit, because, hospital filling up, people still dying. Pretty much every one of them, 98% unvaccinated people in the hospital or something like that. I heard that people are having to wear a damn disguise to go to the damn pharmacy to get the shot. In the Ozarks, just what nurse practitioner was saying, they don't want the family or whoever it is to see him in there, which is fine. She don't care. Give him a shot. Whatever they got to do. If you got to put on a mustache, go get a shot. Go do it.
Did she say what disguises they're wearing?
She didn't tell me, but I tell you right now, that's already going to be a conflict, because if you go with a disguise, how you going to get that $100?
You gotta wear that. Gotta get a new driver's license with that disguise in the picture.
They're gonna be a lot of people, man, that come home and with a whole extra case of beer or something. Where'd you get that money for that?
I sold my plasma.
All right, just checking.
I stole it from Mama's purse.
Well, Joe Biden, he don't know it. I know he's trying to do the right thing, but offering $100, that throws out the costumes, disguises. So you got to figure out a workaround. I don't know.
You think $100 is the price for people in the Ozarks saying it's okay? Maybe it's okay for them to take $100 to get the shot, but you think they're going to be like, Well, I understand now Larry had to get that $100. No, they'd be like, Larry, I thought you were a patriot. And I guess that comes at a price, and that price is $100.
Look,
but if they're in disguise, they're not going to be. Well, Batman, I thought you was a patriot. What you need this money for? Yeah, my back car got a damn flat on it. All right, then. Okay, you other Batman. What you need this money for? Well, my back car too. All right. What about you, Scarecrow from Mrs. Lingard's garden? Well, extra money's extra money. Third Batman, what do you need this for? Everybody wants to be a cop.
Hey, Jackie Bros, still on here, still talking, still doing.
We can't stop.
What we do? Well, at least for another, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. And then
don't tell people that. They'll turn it off. If people don't know how much longer they got, they'll stick with it. But if you're like, we're going to talk for another 20
that's right. We could shut up in a minute. That's true. We could turn it off right now. You don't know what we're going to do.
You never know. We're wild cards. Right. For example, Jackie, and I still feel bad about this. Last time over on our Patreon, we do a second podcast called 20 Extra Minutes with Jackie and Dunlap. 20 extra minutes every week. You give us $5 or more, you get access to that 20 extra minutes every week, more or less. Sometimes that week is 10, 11 days. But there's one coming within that time period. You're going to get 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap.
Well, sometimes about maybe 2-3 minutes short, but
that's what I wanted to say. Last time, we only got to about 18:30. I messed up. I'll take the blame for it.
I did. I thought we would. But now, look, somebody pointed this out. This ain't me saying this, and I certainly ain't using this but some, they added up all minutes because sometimes we usually always gave you 20 minutes when I feel bad that we let you down. But sometimes we have given up to 2 hours and a half, you don't know. It's a roll of dice, but usually you're going to get 20 minutes, usually, or more.
We eat
for $5 anyway. For $5 anyway,
$5 or more a month. Patreon.com/Red State Update. I feel bad. I feel like we let people down. We've done 100 and we did 150, right? We've done over 150 of these.
Yeah,
and is that right? Yeah, and we still should know. It should just be ingrained in us. It should be like a natural body clock to hit at least 20 extra minutes, but we never know. We don't know.
That's a rough week. We missed a week, and then we were short on that too. I can't believe it. You blame it on me. Blame it on me. I had one.
Blame it on me.
Issues, yeah. But we'll get to it today. We're going to get to it. We're going to get right to that 20 minutes, and you're going to hold a timer or something. We got to do something, an egg timer, whatever you got on you.
And then I want an egg when it goes off.
Egg timer's how long? How long is the egg timer? I don't know. I usually poke at it, but how long does the egg timer go?
I didn't know. I thought you could set it for whatever you want. What if you want a 2-hour egg?
You can't boil an egg 2 hours.
Well, hell, I don't know. What I look like, Julia Child?
I used to know how long you're supposed to boil an egg, get a hard-boiled egg. I don't know anymore.
I took home ec, and because I thought I'll do this easy class, and then I failed it, and then I took it again, mad, and I failed it again. My problem is, and it's not, I don't want to get into gender or sexism. I'm just saying I'm not a good student.
Well, yeah.
A lot going on at home.
Well, we want to thank all of our patrons. We apologize to you. We're going to make it up to you some way or another. Today, you definitely getting 20 minutes. Whether you like it or not, you're getting it. You don't, and I ain't saying you got to listen to it. Please don't think that. Just know if you did listen to it, I'll give him a word. This one's going to be 20 minutes. Ain't there a way to click on something and not listen to it, see how long it is? Because I did that YouTube video. That's about all I can do. And if it's over 2 or 3 minutes, I ain't got time to sit look at the computer that long.
People got a lot to listen to these days. We should make these short. Let's just shorten. We're gonna barrel through this, folks. We ain't gonna make you sit and listen to an hour for sponsors.
No,
we're gonna get cut right to the chase.
Let's
folks.
Get to it. Yeah, turn it off now too if you want. I'm serious.
I don't give a shit. Fuck you.
Hey, no, I didn't mean it that way. I won't be offended in the least. Please, by all means. See y'all later. But
I stop a podcast and I say, you know what? I'll get back to this later. And I never do. Well,
our person listening to this that should be happy about it is our local sponsors. I hope you're listening because you give us $25. You're a local business or business person from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where we are geographically located at the moment. Right in the middle of Tennessee, Murfreesboro. So if you're from Murfreesboro, you listen to this, you're going to hear about a good place to eat, a good place to do this, good place to order that, whatever it is. And if you happen to be driving through, which nobody should be traveling right now, especially around Tennessee. We don't know about the numbers there, do we? Because he fired everybody. Didn't he fire everybody?
Yeah, you can't. There's nobody left in there. You can't talk to, if you're in government in Tennessee, you can't talk to a doctor. And if you're a doctor who was elected, you have to give up your license.
Or you fired, out the door, something, yeah. So we don't know. You can't wear a mask. I think you can get vaccinated. Certainly don't have to by any means. That's not, But you know, I don't know. DeSantis, Florida sound bad. How bad is it really? How much is he letting out these days? But Tennessee, I don't trust the numbers. So stay safe. If you do come through, wear a mask, make sure you're vaccinated, all that stuff. Do that, for God's sakes.
We didn't talk about Governor of Alabama, Kay Ivey.
Oh, she had it. She like, what the hell? I go get enough. You don't have, Biden went on, and I ain't trying to say everybody need to watch Biden, but he's on there. You don't have to die. You don't have to die. He right. You don't have to.
Like, if angels were real old. Because if you look at Biden in the face, it looks like some sort of like bright light shining on it, like smoothing everything out.
Yeah.
Like some sort of angelic. They put some cheap effect on it. It's like some Bible movie. Like he's got a cheap effect on his face. Like, you don't have to die. That's what I want angels to say to me. When I'm laying in a hospital bed, an angel comes down. I want it to look just like Joe Biden, right over my face, just hover right over my face, and Joe Biden say, you don't have to die. And you can just smell like the clove gum.
Like, I sitting there saying, no, he wouldn't be getting no angel. But what's the difference between him and the Christmas movie, Jimmy Stewart? That's about the same, isn't it? Clarence? You could swap him out with that actor, and that movie ain't gonna be no different. That's the point I'm trying to make.
People like, is this the best angel we could get? Like, look, I just don't want to have to think about an angel every day. Let's just go with this one. He seems quiet, and like if he doesn't fall down, we're good. There's no drama, no muss, no fuss. Maybe an ambulance is going to show up every once in a while.
I ain't saying this to say that I'm unhappy with him being president at the moment, because I am compared to what we just went to. But yeah, if I were to die and wake up in heaven and the first thing I'm looking at is Joe Biden there, then I'm going to be disappointed. I'm just going to say it right now. President, yes. Heaven, no. I'm not in heaven.
What would that even be like? It'd be an awkward conversation, because if I died, it's like Joe Biden puttering around and be like, do I get sick up here? Can I Like, no, you're going to be fine. Because I thought my bones would be strong. Like, I didn't even know angels would have bones. I thought we'd be just kind of floating around, maybe not have legs, just a constant state of pleasure. Make me think I need to take calcium supplements.
Angels are clear, yeah.
His forehead's clear. I think sometimes we're just looking straight up at bone.
Well, first thing you think when you wake up and he's there is, Joe Biden did too. All right, that makes sense. But then he's like, no, I'm both. I can do both.
So you're saying he's president and an angel?
At the same time, yeah. I ain't saying it is. I'm just saying that's my luck. That's what would happen.
Like if Biden is the angel, I wouldn't even know how to ask him without insulting him. Like, do we age up here? Do we feel pain? And I'm getting around pretty good. Like, it's taking him 7 minutes to get from one side of the cloud to the other. Like, you want to sit down? No, I'm good. Folks, we're very happy with the results of the election.
Yeah.
Very happy. They happened 100% true. He's the president, and I could not be more thrilled.
At the moment, yeah. That he's fine. Yeah.
Is anybody perfect? Nobody's perfect. That's what Trump people said about the border. He can forgive student debt. I don't know. Is he fighting with Nancy Pelosi? What if the next angel comes in is Nancy Pelosi? Like, am I in? You don't think she'll make it?
No, I'm just saying that's not what I'm looking forward to, if that's what it is. Man, either one of them could go either in a minute now, too, by the way. We're all up. They got the good doctors, but,
Is heaven, okay, are there more old people in heaven? What are the numbers on who has died? Because I know the life expectancy used to be a lot lower. But if you go up to heaven, is it like Florida where everybody's old?
No, there are plenty of young people die all the time, too, sadly.
I know, but in comparison.
I don't know. I ain't looked at COVID recently. Yeah, mostly a lot of people went, sadly, but certainly a lot of older Americans didn't get the proper care that they needed, and so yeah. After that, I'd say probably an uptick. But you're right, maybe all the time. Yeah, I don't know. We won't know till it's our time, Dunlap.
Also, if Joe Biden was the angel, wouldn't he like the bars and the gambling dens? I mean, he'd want to spend at least a night in there, right? In Pottertown. Would he be like, this ain't so bad?
He won't, yeah. He'd get on a train. I don't know if they had a trolley or something. I don't remember. But that angel was old, like you said. That Clarence, he was old. Angel. He was old. He was bumbling. Like, well, let him do it. That tells you how much I cared about old. He did it. Thank goodness he did. But, they didn't care too much about Jimmy Stewart. Like, what are we going to do about this guy? Hell, he whining about? Send down that one. Send down Joe Biden.
It's kind of what happened.
Well, that's literally what happened. If you look at the election that way, America was about to do itself in. Joe Biden, the best we could do, I'll take it, right? You say it's time for sponsors. We said something about sponsors, didn't we?
Well, it's time for sponsors, folks. I think I usually talking about old angels and Jimmy Stewart makes me feel better, but somehow I'm coming away from this digression a little depressed.
Well, let's try and move on then, shall we?
Folks, Murfreesboro, Tennessee is the jewel of B-level Tennessee towns. And if you live here, you know that any business you go into is fucking awesome. For the most part.
Don't say the language. What's the language?
Freaking awesome. I run that by. I went into the Chamber of Commerce one day with my big cards. You remember when I was trying to head up the Murfreesboro advertising department or whatever they got over there?
I don't remember.
I was And I come in there, a big card. It said, fucking awesome. They said, I don't know about that. I said, all right. And I just threw the card down. There was another one behind it. Freaking awesome. I said, you start with the one that y'all ain't going to like, and then you do the second one, and y'all are like, oh, that's not as bad. And then I get the job. But I didn't get it.
No. Well, I got a good sponsor today. I don't know if you listened to me last week, y'all who were returning back. I know sponsor listened to me, so I'm calling back. And if you remember, it was bands were back. Bands were back at the old shade tree. It is an actual tree, or was an actual tree there. They're doing a concert, and then when they weren't too sure was it reckless driving? I don't even know what all the specifics were. Just an accident, just a regular accident.
Just an old accident. It was Opal Bumbelow and Mickley McClendon.
Yeah.
And they hit that tree, one from each side, and it fell on their cars. And
that
Opal
just
spent
threw
the night in the hospital.
Yeah, well, that threw the whole situation up in the air. The band's still going to be there at the old shade tree now that it ain't there no more. Well, it turns out they are going to be back because the old shade stump is going to take a lot more. I don't know. I guess cars, what they're implying. I don't know, but a lot more to make him stop entertaining Murfreesborians on a weekend with live music. That's right, live music. And this weekend at the old shade stump, that's right, Bone Drip back, it says here. Second week held over. Because I guess they went ahead and played. They just did the name change, and they cleaned the car out of there. And whatever, the tree, I guess, you had to drag that out of there, too. I guess they went ahead and did a show.
They left. Bone Drip, I heard this from some very satisfied concert attendees. And they said, Bone Drip said, you know what? Leave them wrecked cars there in that tree. We're going to make a tree our stage, and we're going to climb up in this felled tree with these wrecked cars and smoke coming out of the engines, and you can see maybe where Opal hit her head, because that's the Bone Drip. Bone Drip is sort of a car wreck in a cool way of a band. But they wouldn't let them. It was too dangerous. They wouldn't let them do it. So they did clear it all out. But there were skid marks, and there were a few branches. They didn't get everything. So you could tell that maybe something had happened earlier.
Well, you tell something happened that the tree's gone. That thing been there for years. That's a
old shade tree.
Old shade tree, but and big too. It ain't no regular size shade tree. I'd say it's on the. I'd say it ain't the giant either. It ain't like but a little bit bigger than regular, I guess.
They wouldn't let them up on the stump either. They said, well, what if we just did, this is perfect. One of us climb up here. Like, nah, get off there. What they don't want is a bunch of people encouraging some recklessness at the old shade tree. Just having Bone Drip is a little more adventurous than what they usually have down there. Some clogging, some smooth jazz.
What that Bone Drip's at what? Like the heavy metal loud, right? Is that what it? I don't know what it is. People, I guess, I heard some people say it before and like it, but I don't.
I heard they've been around a long time. I didn't go down there and listen to them. I feel like I know a lot of the Murfreesboro bands. I know different. I know Dinosaur, SOAR. And they're good. They've been around a long time.
Well, someone, I couldn't remember Bone Drip, and then someone reminded they changed the name. Years ago, they were a Bone Drop. Drop a Drip. I don't know if Nash Drip, but back in it was a Bone Drop. years ago.
When I was talking about them, they said, "You hear that band play after the wreck?" I said, "Yeah." What's their name? And that Bone Dip. So maybe people just get confused.
Did they change it again? Yeah, I don't know.
It says here,
this is what I'm supposed to read. It says here, yeah, $25 to give me. So, yeah, bone drip. And you see it right there. Bone drip back. Yeah. Second week held over. I guess you could probably get more people, like, depending on where you're putting the band at. Like you said, that sound confused. I don't know where they're at. But if that tree gone, you probably see them from a distance. You get a binocular or whatever, you know.
Let's be honest, having that tree there where people play music wasn't really the best.
It kind of, in a way, yeah, there's a whole section there to be. Sure, you can lay in the shade, and there always were a few people that like to go to a concert, have a little wine, a little tea, whatever, outdoor concert. Yeah, they all in the shade, laying down there. They're fine, listening to music that way. But there's a big gap where you just see people sitting on blankets or whatever. And then on the sides and up front, yeah, that's where all people who, if you like, you know, if you like a band or whoever it is, y'all there, yeah.
Or back in the day, Razzie Bailey wouldn't play there. Said, get this. Razzie Bailey, the tree right in his way.
Well, each his own, I guess. You know, with the show business folks, you got to have certain things, you know, what they call it, right? The riders or whatnot. I need this minute M&Ms. I can't have no tray, you know, whatever it is. You know, that's managing stuff. I don't know.
Razzie Bailey was about saying, scratch my back and whisper in my ear. And he said, you know what? No way. They can't see me. I'm distracted by this squirrel. Why not just go back to Nashville? And he did.
Yeah.
So who's playing now, though?
I just said bone trip. The second week held over is what it said. And you said people said they like it. So I guess, you know, it's at the Old Sage Stump this weekend.
Did you almost say Old Shade Trump?
It sounded like I'm going to, but I still had the S on it, didn't I?
I hope so.
Lord knows I don't need to save Trump an extra time in any of these. The least amount of time I can say it, the better.
Is that all for Bone Drip? No.
What else am I supposed to say?
I don't know. Last time you had a whole rigmarole on.
Well, I still got that, but I don't see the point of going through all that again because I didn't understand half of it anyhow. And then,
I think they're trying too hard. Folks, if you heard it last time, I don't think Jackie got a lot of the double entendre, but it was pretty. It was all like about boning and bone dripping, and you listen. I'm not a vulgarian, so I'm not going to get into it. I think some people can pull it off, and some people can't. And all I'm saying is maybe Bone Drip needs to put the double entendres back in their van.
If you're a good band, you ain't got to get up there and make little jokes and wink and show off like, remember them Beatles did. You know, if you're a good band, you just play music. You ain't got to be all cute about it. That's just how I feel about music, me personally. I know some people, I like the Beatles, they're cute and funny, say a little joke, and there's a singer and this and that. Like, no, I just hear him play a song.
You want to run down the Old Shade Stump this weekend, see Bone Drip? See what the music
you say it's that heavy, loud. I don't know if I like it. Now, nothing against
I don't know. If they've been around for 50 years or something, I'm afraid they think they're hard, but what they are is soft.
Well, I'll try to have an open mind. If they think they ain't going to wear a mask, are they?
I don't know, man. I'm scared of that Delta variant.
Well, he should be. That can I look at? It'll be up. Somebody will put it up on YouTube the following week or something. I'll be able to look at it somehow.
Yeah, let's just look at it on YouTube. We'll do that.
I think that's good advice for everybody right now. Let's hope, this $100. Let's get everybody get a little extra money. And us already been vaccinated. We don't get no money, but I guess we get a little extra safer. So
that is Bone Trip playing down at the Old Shade Stump The listing lawn is all cleaned up, ready for your laying around. There's no shade no more, but maybe that'll help the acoustics. That's the old shade stump bone drap.
Second week held over.
Jackie, I got a sponsor this week that I think you're really going to like. Gobbins Insurance for vehicles, residences, and sentimental items. They're crazy out there on them roads. Presents Rex. We got a few more wrecks to go over.
It's dangerous. I mean, every day there's a wreck, and I guess in your mind you know that. It just depends on how close to you it is or not. You know, everybody there's a car wreck every single day. Do you know that?
At least. So this week I did something special. I got single passenger wrecks, single occupant wrecks. There's just one person in the car.
Oh, okay.
You may have heard about this one.
The less people hurt, the better.
Yeah. And I was like, it's hard to find. I don't want anybody to be hurt too bad, and they can't have died, and they need to be just hurt a little bit. And then police told me, well, we had a few single occupant wrecks this week. So let me have them. So you may have heard about this one, Jackie. You know parameciums?
What is it?
Parameciums. I thought it was a dance club they just opened, but it turns out they just sell strobe lights.
That's a hippie thing, right?
Well, somebody run a car into it, single occupant. It was Harry Hank Kane. Run a car into parameciums.
On purpose?
No, accident. It fell asleep.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, nowadays you don't know. You got to check every time something like that happens. There was an accident or somebody, you got to ask.
Listen, there's a lot of cars I can't even let myself dream about buying because they just look like you want to aim them at a protest. It's a crazy time to be alive. That's what they thought at parameciums when that car come through the front. And also it was crowded in there. It's lucky nobody got hurt because people keep showing up. Like, is there a cover? Like they just want to dance. So they go in there and old boy behind the counter just puts on some techno and lets them go at it. Sells them water. So parameciums under repair. Lucky nobody got hurt. Harry Hank Kane. You know Hank Kane, Harry Hank Kane?
No, what was his excuse?
He just said, I've been working 2 or 3 shifts. Late capitalism. I'm barely making it.
Well.
Pay me more. How come I take some of that fucking Dick Rocket money? You know what people say.
I didn't mean Lloyd's excuse. It sounded that way. Things happen sometimes. We all mess up every now and then. I'm just glad everybody's okay. And I'm assuming was it covered insurance wise or the? No, these people ain't necessarily got goblins, right? They just people who
yeah, they ain't like goblins. Said, bring us a list of the worst wrecks who had our insurance. They just wrecks. I just come up with 3 wrecks.
Well, if they said that, I know that don't seem like something you want to be proud of, but still, if it's insurance, we got him covered. He's in a rental car now, blah, on and on. That's when you need insurance is for that stuff. So
listen,
maybe they're thinking it wrong.
Maybe they are thinking it wrong. Maybe I'll pitch it to them. Yeah, I tell you what.
Now you can say, yeah, they had a wreck and now they, SOL or whatever, because they didn't have insurance. That's one way to do it. But you just don't know, you don't know one way or the other. Basically, what you tell me.
I don't know. It would be a good. I'm surprised they ain't telling me to look for people. And they say, but now everything's fine because we're gonna cover the car. But that might make people want to do wrecks.
Yeah. No, not do wrecks. No, you don't want to have to. Well, some people, I'm tired of driving this damn car for so long. Run it into something. Yeah, but that's what they got them, the insurance detective for. They got people, I don't know about goblins. Do they get them an investigator there?
Oh, they got goblins detectives for sure.
Well, sometimes they lease them out for somebody else or hire them out outside. But most insurance people got their own, detectives. Yeah.
Jackie, Facebook is if you live in a small town, Facebook is mostly like, who's that wreck on 64? I hope they're all okay. That's what Facebook mostly is. Anybody hurt?
Don't get vaccinated.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, God, I pray to God they're okay and not vaccinated. I seen an ambulance there, a car turned over on the highway. Oh, I pray to God they did not get vaxxed.
President
Jesus
will be back in office come end of this month. Too bad about the car wreck, but at least we're going to have him 4 more years.
Cheer up.
Small town Facebook, yeah.
That's small town Facebook. Harry, that's what we should just read. Harry Hate Kane. It does have what he said. You asked what he said when they pulled him out of the car. He said, "Oh, man, not techno."
What?
So also got, let's see, got another wreck happen here. Another single occupant wreck. Dos margaritas.
Well, that's bad omen right there for a wreck.
They smelled smoke in the back of Dos margaritas, so they called the fire department out. And they had a leaky hose. They didn't have to spray nothing because it was just something. They just got a new shipment in some booths. They're remodeling the whole. And the booths, it's just they bought them secondhand. And they bought them from a place that got burned out. So they smelled like smoke. So they had the fire hose turned on. Volunteer fire department had it ready to go. But they had a leak in it. So a bunch of water spread out on the road. And that's what happened in this wreck.
Okay.
Molly Abbey run into a fence post right in front of Dos Margaritas.
She didn't go. She wasn't leaving or nothing. Because you say margaritas and wreck, it make you think.
She just hit. She wasn't expecting to hit no water, and it just spun her out.
Right.
So Molly,
she fine though.
She's fine.
Right.
Well, I mean, from the wreck she is, but her personal life's a wreck.
I wasn't asking about that. Ain't nobody business.
Oh, that would be that's what I should do if I was making this into like a podcast. You call it wrecks, and you think it's going to be about car wrecks, but it turns out their lives are wrecks. Molly Abbey. And then there was one more wreck here, Jackie, I got for you here over at ATV and more.
What is it?
ATV and more, right in front of ATV and more. It's on Four-Wheeler Avenue.
Yeah.
You know where Four-Wheeler Avenue runs right by ATV and more because it's all the ATV stores. So it's like Four-Wheeler Avenue and Three-Wheeler Drive. Remember Three-Wheelers? Were they more fun? So right at the corner, Three-Wheeler Drive, Four-Wheeler Avenue, there was a bad wreck, and it was DUI, and they run them in, and oh no, Jackie, I think this is going to mess up your show for next week. The driver they put in jail for DUI. It was Dennis Bone Drip.
Who?